unmute themselves by pressing star 6.
Okay, well, great. And thank you very much, George, for that introduction. I really do appreciate it. I have been very privileged to have joined Lifewave at a really unique time in its history. You know, a lot of things are really going to change not just the direction of where the company, but really enhance our destination and who is coming with us. I couldn't be happier with where we're headed as a company. I couldn't be happier with the product line that we represent. I couldn't be happier with the people that I work with. So, yeah, I am the new guy, but I've never been happier with the associations that I have, both on product line, compensation plan, the team. You have everything at your fingertips here with Lifewave and the people that are responsible for making this company the success that it's been and that it will be. And I wanted to say thank you to the people that have joined us on the call tonight. Thank you for taking a step in a different direction. You know, that's really what it's all about. And Lifewave has done that as a company. David Schmidt has done that as an individual who's health technology, innovation, and invention. And you are on the Lifewave Business Opportunity Call tonight because of what David Schmidt has built and his legacy. So for a moment, let's just talk about the subject of tonight's call. I want to talk about health and wellness and entrepreneurship. So the health and wellness industry is vast, continues to be the growth market, even in this current economy. People simply want to feel better. And maybe now more than ever, people just do not have the time to be sick. Secondarily, this is also the age of the entrepreneur. For those that are willing to do something a little bit different and to take the opportunity to build their own future, this is not a down economy. Let me say that again. To people that are willing to build their own future, to take a step, do something different, to become an entrepreneur, this is not a down economy. In fact, this is what it sounds like when opportunity knocks. And just a note for those of us on this call, opportunity does not always knock when we are the most comfortable. In fact, it requires doing something different, something unique, participating in that call in the evening when you could be doing other things. Not always difficult things, but things that are different, a different step in a different direction. And, you know, there are a lot of benefits to owning your own business, particularly in the health and wellness industry. First off, can you imagine a life where you wake up when you're done sleeping? Wouldn't that be nice? To wake up when you're done, not be forced to wake up so that you can make it to the job either early or stay late. And imagine having the time freedom to choose either work or family or both. To be able to take that time to be with those that you love, that's really what life is about. And I think a lot of us want to have that kind of personal freedom. And also imagine having access to products that are revolutionizing the health industry. With that, there's no better time to introduce our key speaker tonight on this call, and that is inventor extraordinaire and CEO and founder, David Schmidt. He comes from a very innovative background. This is not David's first time building an organization, building a company, and it's not his first time inventing. He came across the Lifewave technology quite a few years ago. And David, are you on the call? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you. And then thank you for joining us on this call tonight. You know, a lot of people are on this call, and they're thinking about those two things. They're thinking about the health and wellness industry, what they can do to maybe affect their own health. They're also thinking about starting their own business, how they could be successful. And I know that those are things that you've been through. You've lived that experience. And one thing I like to talk about frequently is that success leaves clues. So I'd just like to ask, you know, Lifewave is a health technology company that is defining the cutting edge of health products that work with the body as never before for maximum effect and no side effects. David, can you tell the folks on the line tonight a little of the history of your invention and how Lifewave came to be?
to, and thank you very much for that nice introduction. I think it was Edgar Casey that said that light would be the medicine of the future, and things are turning out to be exactly that way. For thousands of years, it's been known that light has a beneficial effect on our health. We kind of know this intuitively. When we go outside and it's a bright, sunny day, we feel better. Well, there's a scientist that has done clinical research for Lifewave. His name is Dr. Carl Merritt. He is a medical doctor and a biomedical engineer. And what he actually found through his scientific studies is that our bodies do, in fact, derive energy, physical energy, from the sun. So there is a physiological reason why on a sunny day we feel better. We know we go out in the sun and the sunlight will give us a tan. So there is a very good example for us about how sunlight will cause a chemical reaction in the body. So Lifewave technology was invented 10 years ago. At the time, I was working for the United States Navy through government contractors, and I was developing survival equipment, things like emergency oxygen supplies, emergency power generation, basically equipment to keep people alive for a longer period of time. And I was invited to be part of a design team for the Navy's next generation mini-sub. At that time, what was next generation? And so the crew of this submarine were Navy SEALs, and we wanted to find a way that we could improve their survival and keep them awake longer without the use of any types of drugs or stimulants. So I thought, well, we have wireless communication today in the form of cell phones and satellites. Can't we have a way of wirelessly communicating with the human body for improving energy and performance? And so I started along this line of thinking, and Lifewave technology was created off the basis of a scientific principle called photobiomodulation. And it's just a big long word that means we can use very specific wavelengths of light to trigger very specific chemical reactions in the body. So now, if you want to increase your fat burning and you want to improve your energy levels, you simply use a Lifewave patch that will reflect specific wavelengths of light to the body that will cause these reactions. If you have pain, instead of having to use a drug, now you can use our technology to have drug-free pain relief. And one of my favorite products is Silent Nights. And we've been demonstrating in pilot studies how our Silent Nights product elevates melatonin. So instead of taking a drug, instead of taking a pill, now you can use our Silent Nights patch that works on the basis of light therapy, and it will elevate melatonin levels naturally, plus other effects for improving the quality of your sleep. So, Kevin, we really are on the cutting edge of new health technologies, and not only do our products work well, but they're extraordinarily safe, and we have 68 clinical studies now to back up that safety and efficacy. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And to have that degree of study, verifiable study that's been done on these products is kind of amazing. A lot of people in the health and wellness industry really haven't taken the time to do the amount of research that Lifewave has done. And that's proof of a good scientist, ladies and gentlemen, that's willing to put their product to the test in things that are legitimate, publishable studies. Now, David, you actually were working with the Navy program as well as back in the day you had talked to GNC, and you decided to not sell these products through either of those, and instead you went with network marketing. Was that a tough decision?
Oh, God. That was an extraordinarily tough decision, actually. At the time, I just wanted to be an inventor. And I had already had a successful company where I was inventing and developing these new technologies. And Lifewave was a new technology that I had invented originally for the Navy. And if you go back to that period of time, the country was just coming out of 9/11. And in the Defense Department, the focus was on take this technology that was designed for the military, and how are you going to market it? So I thought about radio advertising, TV advertising, infomercials, retail, and of course network marketing. And at the time, I had been going up to the corporate offices of GNC. I had a business friend who had a contact there. GNC absolutely fell in love with Lifewave. I had went out and through another business friend, I had gotten the endorsement of 8-time Mr. Olympia, Ronnie Coleman. So if you can imagine, 70% of the customers at GNC know who Ronnie Coleman is as the Mr. Olympia. So we had the top guy in the industry going to endorse the patches. We had a retail outlet of 5,000 stores, and yet something inside was troubling me and saying this was the wrong thing to do. And what it really came back to, Kevin, was that if our product had sat on a retail shelf, people would really never understand what it is and the power of the product. So networkers like George Hoagland, Chuck Michael, John Chance, David Jumper, these networkers correctly persuaded me that network marketing was going to be the best and most powerful way of getting the Lifewave technology out to consumers. And today, 8 years later, and in over 100 countries, with being one of the top fastest-growing companies in the United States, according to Inc. magazine, that absolutely proved to be the right thing to do.
It's fantastic, and you're right. The legacy has been absolutely phenomenal and worldwide. So, you know, a lot of people will say the proof is in the pudding, and I also know that I use old adages, and you pick on me for it. But yeah, the proof is in the pudding, and we've seen some amazing results with the Lifewave product, and a worldwide group of distributors that are benefiting both in health and wellness as well as entrepreneurial success. You know, another question I have for you, David, that a lot of our callers might be wanting to know tonight. So these patches, many people have experienced some incredible results. How do they work?
Well, you know, Kevin, the patches they're a little bit complicated in terms of understanding the principles, but I'm just going to boil it down into something very simple. The patches contain organic materials that are activated by your body heat, and they start to reflect specific wavelengths of light, just like the same way that sunlight causes your body to make vitamin D. The light coming off the patches will cause your body to do different things, whether or not it's pain relief or improving sleep or very dramatic anti-aging effects. And when you think about it, when you have to take a drug, you're relying on some type of chemical to enter your system, get into your intestine, then get absorbed into your body and go to where it needs. And so we know when we take a pain-relieving drug that this could take 20, 30 minutes before we start feeling better. Well, the beauty of the Lifewave technology is that because we are working with the body's natural energy system, the results are very powerful and the results are very rapid. So, for example, this past weekend at our meeting in Brea, and my thanks to Paul Yao for running that meeting and doing such a great job, we had a number of volunteers that came up on stage. I applied patches for pain relief, and within about 2 minutes, we had people that were either completely out of pain or had experienced about 80% pain relief. And that would just not be possible with a conventional pharmaceutical drug. So that's part of the power of what we have here at making a dramatic difference in improving not only our own lives, but the lives of others as well.
Yeah, that's excellent, and it's great to hear some of those testimonials, let alone see them on stage. George Hoagland, actually, that everybody heard at the beginning of this call, has some phenomenal testimonials regarding these patches. He's been involved in Lifewave really from the beginning. George, can you still hear me?
Absolutely. Kevin, how are you?
I'm doing great. So, George, tell everyone a little bit about your personal experience with these patches. And, you said something to me the other day I thought was very powerful, that you think this is a Nobel Prize winning product.
Well, I do, and it's. I thought that when I first saw, but when you see the cumulative effects of the patches, David talked about how immediate the patches work. That's particularly great in our pain management area. But what's interesting is the long use of this, and long by me, 30, 60, 90 days is a good trial run for the Lifewave product line, because what you'll experience, I think, is next to amazing. If you pay attention to your body and what's going on, and Kevin, you got to see me for the first time, and I guess I got to ask you, first of all, when I walked up, did you think you were looking at a 60-year-old man? I don't think so. So, I'll be 60 next year, which is amazing to me.
You left him speechless, George. No, you don't look like a 60-year-old man.
No, I really don't. I don't feel like it. 60, there's two aspects of 60, David. One is the outside of the body. The other is the inside. Sometimes people do look young, and unfortunately they're not well. But I can tell you, David, just being on these patches for actually 8 years now, they've dramatically changed my life. You got the privilege of watching this whole change in me. And for those out there who haven't tried it, my gosh, it's just it's an amazing cumulative effect, because what it does, let's take the energy patches, which were our first one, just the inner strength I have every single day. I get by on less sleep if I need to. I have a 3-year-old child, so you're not going to get much sleep. But I literally can get up and work all day long, all night if I need to. I usually can outpace most of the 20 and 30-year-olds that I see out there in terms of working capability. But as far as the anti-aging features that I see in my body, my skin texture, my elasticity, when you pinch the back of my hand, it snaps right in. I don't know if you watch, unfortunately, a lot of older people, you pinch the back of the hand, it'll slowly go down. The radiance of my eyes, the quickness of my mind, it's all reflective, I think, David, of being young on the inside. And that's what I love about the patches. And the reason I think it's a Nobel Prize is because it's probably the easiest habit to get into. If you talk about improving your health, whether it's changing your eating, improving, taking the amount of exercise, watching what you eat, not eating too much salt, not smoking, and so on and so forth. If you're doing some bad habits, they're very difficult to change. Just putting these patches on, which is really as simple as putting a Band-Aid on, you patch it and forget it. You forget you really have it on all day long, and it's working all day long. So, Dave, I look years younger. It's the easiest product I've ever incorporated into my regimen to help me stay and feel younger. And it works 24/7, especially with the glutathione. So, Kevin,
George, let me ask you real quick. So, what do you use? What's your daily regimen? Which patches do you wear every single day?
Well, I always wear the energy patch, the carnosine, the glutathione, and the Eon. Now, we didn't come out with those all at once, and the privilege of those listening on the phone right now, we do have 6 different patches that he's developed. They don't, they're all separate. They're all necessary because they all hit different parts of the body. Although they all tend to work synergistically. But when you think about, if you just study what those molecules can do in your body, these are all natural molecules in the body that are created. We just produce more of them and more effectively. They're all important in the kind of the anti-aging overall effectiveness of your body. So that's my regimen, my energy, my glutathione, my carnosine, and my Eon. I wear every single day, and then I do the sleep at night. And you talk about health of the body, those 5 areas are incredible.
Yeah, well, thank you for that testimonial. And I actually have been using the patches for a while now, and I cannot complain. They're absolutely fantastic. I have noticed the increase in endurance. I had back surgery, and I've been using Lifewave on my back, standard L4, L5, playing around too much when I was a kid. And David has shown me how to use those patches correctly. I just followed what was in the brochure that came with them, and I've been able to be very successful. So, and I absolutely love the Silent Nights patch, and my wife and I fight over those every single night. So we have to make sure that we have a good stock of those. So I love that technology. The other thing that I love, though, is that this is a health technology company. And so, David, you recently came out with another product, and that is Matrix. Can you tell the folks on the line tonight a little bit about Matrix and really how you came up with that idea?
Yeah, certainly, Kevin. The information around the dangers of cell phone radiation is becoming more and more prevalent today. Just a matter of fact, the other day I was reading about researchers in Greece, and what they were finding was absolutely extraordinary, was that only one exposure to the radiation from a cell phone that damages brain tissue will take up to 50 days to heal and repair the body. And that's if, of course, you're not using a cell phone during that period of time. So the information, I think, is overwhelming. Of course, the United States government takes the position that cell phone radiation is completely safe. However, World Health Organization, the American Cancer Society, and I think it's getting into the thousands of scientists around the world are standing up and saying cell phones are not safe, and the radiation can cause very significant deleterious effects. So this is something that we need to be concerned about. And because of this rising concern of the potential dangers of cell phone radiation, we developed a product to reduce the amount of exposure to this radiation. So, how are we going to do that? Now, there were other products that were on the market. We purchased electronic meters, and we measured these products and found out, in fact, that they don't work as advertised. So I began to think about a number of different ways we might approach this problem. And the first thing that came to my mind was the Stealth B2 bomber. The Stealth bomber uses a specific combination of materials and design to both absorb and deflect radiation away from the plane, and in this case, radar is microwave radiation, same as with a cell phone. So I thought if we could have the right combination of materials and the right design, we could create a device that would both absorb and deflect the radiation coming off a cell phone away from the body. And after development, that's exactly what we were able to do. And now we've in fact had this independently verified by two of the world's largest testing agencies, SGS and Intertek. So Kevin, it's a great technology. It will reduce a person's exposure to cell phone radiation, and this is something that we all need to be concerned about today.
Yeah, absolutely, and thank you for that information, David. They both incredible inventions, significantly ahead of their time, and very effective. And I think all of us have benefited greatly from the use of both of these products, all of these different products. And I think a lot of people on the call tonight, maybe you have been introduced to these products, and maybe you've used them and had a similar experience. And I would love to hear some of those testimonials. We have a place online on Lifewave.com where you can go share those testimonials and let us know how these products are working for you. The second part that we wanted to discuss tonight, though, wasn't just about the amazing products that Lifewave has to offer. The second thing we wanted to talk about is the incredible platform for prosperity that Lifewave has become. We want to talk about how people can leverage all of this incredible technology and real everyday health and wellness solutions to develop successful personal businesses. And Lifewave is exactly that, a platform for you to develop your own business. Now, we use, obviously, network marketing or direct sales to facilitate people growing their own business. And there has not been a better time to be involved in network marketing than right now. Whether you're looking to find the income to keep your car in your driveway and not at the bank, or whether you're looking to find retirement income or put some money away, or maybe you want to find a way to fire your boss and have your own job by building your own business. so you're working for yourself. All of those are possible, and all of those have happened here at Lifewave. And so for the entrepreneurs on the call tonight, David, can you talk a little bit about some of the things that you have seen with our distributors, some of the business testimonials and the people that you met all across the world that really have changed their stars, and maybe how that's affected you personally?
Wow, that's a big question, Kevin. You know, I've traveled in about 50 countries over the past 10 years for Lifewave, and it's just been incredibly rewarding to meet our members all over the world and have them be so kind and so generous to me in sharing their personal stories. And that's, from a personal point of view, what I find the most rewarding is just hearing about how these products have impacted people's lives in such an important way for them, whether or not it be something simple like having a little bit more energy to get through the day, or in many cases it's very, very dramatic, where people have been debilitated by pain, and now they're free of that pain and they can lead a normal life. But on the income side, the results that our distributors around the world have obtained through Lifewave has been equally extraordinary. We have seen distributors where, you know, they started with very, very little money. They made an investment into the company. They made an investment into themselves, and they were able to first earn a nice part-time living, then earn a full-time living, and then go up from there. Of course, we've seen people become seven-figure earners in Lifewave, and that, of course, is life-changing for those individuals. And, you know, the main thing, and, you know, George Hoagland is certainly one of these people that could speak to this, is that the benefit of our industry is you can be working out of your home here in California, you can be working out of Hawaii, you could be working out of Switzerland, wherever you want to be. As long as you have a phone and you have a computer, you've got a business that you can run anywhere in the world and have complete freedom. You make your own hours, and you decide. You make your own income. You get paid what you're worth. So it's an incredibly powerful industry.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well, and it's interesting because a lot of people talk about this industry, and I've seen this happen with Lifewave. You know, anyone within arm's reach is an opportunity to be more successful in your business. At the meeting we just went to, David, there was somebody that was sitting in the meeting and sitting on the front row, actively participating in the meeting, and she stepped out, and she told me where she was going. And she said, I just met someone in the lobby, and they're going to come in and join me in the meeting. So literally, wherever she was, she was at work. You know, when you're looking to start your own company, what are some of the basics that you're looking for? Well, you're looking for a product that is unique, no one else has. You're looking for a simple operations process that's easy to handle. You're looking for repeat customers. You're looking for the ability to meet overhead easily. Overhead is one of the things that kills most new businesses. And you're looking for the ability to expand rapidly. Well, a Lifewave business gives you all of that right out of the box. No one has a product like ours nowhere in the world. There is only one place you can get it, and that is here at Lifewave. You do not have to worry about all the logistics of shipping and warehousing. All of that is taken care of for you. You can easily create repeat customers that want to come back and use these products again and again for the benefits that they obviously receive from them. And they'll purchase month over month. Within a short period of time, you have the ability to achieve commissions that are equal to the cost of your product, provided you do the correct activity that equal the cost of the product. So at the very least, your products that you're purchasing are essentially free. And you have room to grow that in over 100 countries that Lifewave is currently shipping to. So really the sky is the limit, and it's so much easier to get into a Lifewave business than so many others. You know, it used to be franchising that was the place to get in and grow. Well, I don't know if you've checked recently, but it costs over $1 million to open a McDonald's, and why would you want to open a McDonald's anyway? So there's a lot of opportunity to do something unique and something instinctive. And I want to bring George Hoagland back onto the line to tell us a little bit about what he's done to grow his business into an international organization. You there, George? I think George is having the same hiccup on his phone that I had on mine.
I actually had mute.
There you go.
Sorry about that. And I was making sure nobody could hear me because I have my daughter in the background. And it is a privilege, David, to work in networking where you can work from any place in the world. And for those listening on the line, they call it a home-based business for a reason, and that is the expense of having four walls and having that consistent overhead is very dangerous today. A lot of us know about, even the franchises are having record unfortunate numbers of not succeeding. And you can see why. There's so many aspects to what can happen with a business. What I love about Lifewave, you can start for less than $1,500. You get all the products you need, and you can work this from any place. And it really, you can work at your own pace. So a lot of people, David, start part-time. I was privileged, really, to get into it almost full-time right from the get-go. But most of us start part-time and then go into, if you build it up long enough, you can go into a full-time mode. But what a great business to work along with what you're doing. And it can provide the financial freedom people are looking for. We have a great comp plan, but mostly, the ability to make money is based on a product that people want and that is effective and that it's exclusive. And those are the three things we have. People cannot find this product anyplace else. It's unbelievably effective, and that makes it a great product to market from home. So, Kevin, I've been successful, and, of course, there's so many leaders in Lifewave here and across the world that are having good financial success with it. And it's really based on the product and the leadership of Mike Collins and David and yourself and the rest of the staff that are provided, and Angie Morris and all the rest of the customer service that provide a platform for us to go out and build a business that we then hopefully can will to our kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Lifewave is a lot different than some of the other quote-unquote opportunities out there. And I want to be clear on a couple of ways that Lifewave differentiates from those. And particularly for the callers that are listening tonight that are new, I want to address the get-rich-quick type of operation. First, I can say conclusively that we are not that. First, our track record. Lifewave has been in operation for over 8 years now, and we have built a reputation that we are proud of. This company has a history, and it's proud of its history. We don't have a lot of skeletons in the closet, and we're not one of those operations that just barely got set up, and you wonder if there's going to be furniture in the office next week. We've been around for 8 years, and we're very proud of that track record. Also, I would never tell someone that if they join Lifewave that we can get them rich quick. Has it happened? Sure. But I would never promote that for the simple reason that many of these companies that promote that, you don't have to do anything to make some of that money. And they promise that you're going to make that money in no time. Lifewave's different. Our compensation plan is built to reward people for the years they spend growing their business, not just the week they get started. Truly, we are asking for time commitment and daily consistent behaviors to create your own success over a period of time. And things that are built in a week can fall in a day. Things that take time are built to last. And I want you to know that Lifewave is built to last. And George Hoagland, you've been with us from the very beginning. You've been with us 8 years. And your organization grew from a fledgling state into an international organization that it currently is. How do you help someone overcome that hurdle of wanting to start their own business, but having the faith and the courage to make that first step? I think I got you on mute again, George.
Yeah, well, the first step really starts with trying the product. That's the most important thing. And the essence of being successful is having a positive response to the product. The essence, I think, of building starts with trying the product and seeing how remarkable it is, and just try it on a few friends. It's especially our Lifewave. I mean, I always recommend, Kevin, if you can find somebody that has a pain issue, it's such a demonstration of how quickly and how effective the product is. And then you can move on to the rest of them. They all work just as quick. It's just that the pain relief is such a visible and demonstrable effect. In fact, that's what David talked about. Is probably what we do most of all in our demonstrations. However, the energy patch can also be demonstrated. I can't tell you how many times, David, we've been able to, David knows this, has been able to increase or decrease a person's strength in a few seconds. And that's why so many athletes use our product. You'll see these testimonials online. So there's a whole host of testimonials, but I always start, Kevin, with the idea of you need to have a personal experience with the product and be a product to product, because that starts you on the path of talking from your heart rather than just talking about money or something else. And I think leading with a product is the way to build a business with an opportunity to follow. And that's how we do the call right now. The way we do our calls is we start with, what's the news of Lifewave? What is Lifewave all about? Well, it's all about an exclusive product that has dramatic effects in a person's health, and it's unbelievably easy to use.
Yeah, and the products work. That's exactly right. When the products work, there is an opportunity there, and there's an opportunity for you. So how can our callers take action and start building their own Lifewave business? Let me just tell you, to each of you that is on this call tonight, take the opportunity. You've already taken the time to do something different once by getting on this call. Don't let that go to waste. Keep your foot on the gas and take the opportunity to get back in touch with the person that recommended you be on this call tonight or that sent you to the call. Tell them that you're interested in moving forward and the level of your interest, because I can promise you that they are looking forward to take you on from there. And I just want to thank everybody, both George Hoagland and David Schmidt, for being on the call with us tonight. I've really had a great time having this conversation with you. And to each of you out there listening to us, thank you very much for taking your time to do something different. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.